Prop Nation Betting Show is filmed on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to all First Nations people, as well as elders past, present, and emerging. What's up, Prop Nation? It's your boy John here today. We're back with another episode of The Footy. We got round 4 ahead. We got Gather Round. Footy is in Adelaide this weekend. No games to see here in Melbourne, unfortunately. Had an interesting week last week for round 3. It was up and down. Some of the results were a bit interesting as well. Probably not one of our better weeks, but let's bounce back now. We'll get back into the bus ride over the weekend. If you want to check our Instagram and TikTok for the latest on that one as well. And that'll be really exciting. I've got some good ideas for you today, though, to bet over the weekend in succession from Thursday all the way through till Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to this and leave a comment if you can. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, and leave a review on Apple and Spotify. Really helps us out. The next episode you hear from us, it's going to be our NFL draft show. Sully and I will be back together, and we're going to be giving you all our favorite picks for the upcoming NFL draft, which is about 3 weeks away. We're excited for, so we're looking forward to that content as well. I'm going to try and blitz through this one this week because the episodes have been going for about 45 minutes or so. It's a bit too long, so we'll see how we go. But it should be exciting weekend of football for Gather Round in Adelaide. And as always, just some disclaimers. Always gamble responsibly. Never bet more than you can afford to lose as well. And if you need help, help is available as well.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Let's get into the first game. It's the Crows and the D's. And what I'll say about the weather in Adelaide is it's going to be beautiful all weekend. So I don't need to give you too many weather updates at this time. D's are 6.5 point favourites, which based on the performance last week for the D's is probably not enough for my liking. And the over-under is 169.5. The Crows have really been struggling to score over the last couple of weeks. So we'll see how that goes. We'll start off with the Crows and anytime goal scorers. I'm looking, we could go back to the well with Luke Pedlar. I think last week we had him on our ticket and he didn't really come through with anything, but the 3 shots a goal could be okay. And then the other one that we're looking at is Darcy Fogarty. He's $1.22 if you want to get sort of more of a surer thing going there for the Crows. But it's got to be said, I'm probably going to be looking more the D's way in this one. As far as disposals go for the Crows, Matt Crouch, he has been absolutely killing it. He's 7 touches more than his expected lines he's been giving us. So he's gone 33, 37, and 28. And his lines have been sitting around 28.5 or thereabouts. So he is absolutely killing it. If you want to bet 25 plus touches is probably a good one. Or if you're feeling frisky, you could bet the over-under as well. And then the other one is Lockie Scholl at 4 touches more than expected as well. I'll jump over now to the D's and on the D side of things. So we still really like Christian Petracca to score a goal. I believe he did have 1 goal last weekend against Port Adelaide. But as far as goals, he's been really reliable. 3 goals, 9 shots of goals, and 39 score involvements. Oh my gosh. And then his touches have been 26, 29, 29, and 23. A little bit down last week, but not too much of a concern there. And then the other one the model likes is Harrison Petty could also come up potentially with a goal as well. He's had a couple of shots at goal, though I don't really like him to score. He's played in 2 games now, and he didn't score in either one. So a bit more risky, but he could be due a goal up there in the forwards. And then the disposals that we really like. Alex Neil-Bullen has had the last 2 weeks have been very, very good. He was off to a slow start with 15 touches and 13 touches, but then last 2 weeks, 24 touches respectively. He had a great game. They're staying in Adelaide. Hopefully he can keep it up. And then if you're looking for an under as well, Cozzy Pickett has not been getting the ball too much. If you can find an under for Cozzy Pickett, he's had 11 touches, 13 and 8. So here's one of those small forwards that you could target. No, if the market's there, I'd probably have a look at it. We'll jump now to the Lions and North Melbourne. And the Lions are 36.5-point favourites with the over-under at 180.5. That is enormous. So I guess they've noticed that teams are scoring on the Lions, on North Melbourne. And there's going to be a lot of juiciness to be had there. Although the Lions have not been doing too well. So this should be an interesting game. They'll need the bounce back. Model likes anytime goal scorers with like Lincoln McCarthy, $1.45 to kick a goal could be a one that's worth looking at. And then from the midfield as well, Hugh McCluggage likes for 2 goals, 4 shots at goal, and 19 score involvements could also be good there. And as far as disposals go for the Lions as well, we're looking at Lachie Neale. He's been playing really, really well when he's been on the ground. He's 4.5 touches over the expected value that he's been getting as well. So he's been sitting at 25 and 35 last week. The line was 23.5 for Lachie Neale. So you could have had insane value on him there. Would have been great. Looking at the Roos. We've got Jai Simpkin at $2.50 to kick a goal, is more of a long shot. And then the other one the model likes is Zach Fisher, potentially. We were on him last week. He started on the interchange, and then he's sitting at about $1.90. He didn't come through for us last week, but it could be worth going back if you want to. Otherwise, another one that I could be looking at as well is Cam Zurhaar. As far as value for him goes, though, $1.40, 4 goals, 8 shots a goal. So could be something there if you want to throw him in a little bit. And then as far as disposals go for the Roos, Tom Powell continues to play incredible football. He had 29 touches over the weekend. His line was something like 20.5. It was nothing. So he's gone 26, 28, and 29. He's been playing fantastic football. So he's probably the best value I really like. Or you could go back to, I guess you could now call him the old reliable, Harry Sheezel. As always, he's 2.5 touches over the expected. So we're happy with that one. Tom Powell, Harry Sheezel coming through for us solid, probably in your Supercoach teams as well. We'll get to the second Friday game. It's going to be Port Adelaide and the Bombers. Should be a good game. It's Port favourite 22.5 points. They'll definitely be expecting a win after not coming away with the win last week against the D's. Over-under is 178.5 as well. For Port Adelaide, we really like Connor Rozee. He was really, really good last week for us at $1.55 to kick a goal. He's been pretty good value. 26 touches as well last week, 3 goals, 6 shots at goal, and 32 score involvement. So we really like to see that kind of production from him. As captain, he's been doing a really good job. And then probably the safer one, you could say Jeremy Finlayson as well has come up in the model. We like him for 5 goals, 12 shots a goal, and 20 score involvements. He's sitting at about $1.20, but he has been getting quite a lot of touches in the forward line as well. So that's good to see. For disposals for Port Adelaide, really, really like what Willem Drew is doing at the moment in the middle. He's with Ollie Wines and Zach Butters, and he's playing very, very good football up there. He had 27 touches in round 2, and last week 25 touches again. So his line has been sitting at 18.5. So really like extracting value from Willem Drew there. And we know that Bombers can give up the disposals. They usually play in high-scoring games, so it should be a really good game. Looking at the Bombers now, we're going to go back to Jade Gresham. We were hoping he was going to kick a goal against his old side last week in the Saints. He wasn't able to. He did have a shot at goal. Oh, man, he actually, I think didn't he soccer it through the goals? And at the last second, it got called back on like a touch ball or something like that. That was not good for our ticket. But 4 goals, 8 shots at goal, 19 score involvements, and he's about $1.35. So that's really, really good value there for Jade Gresham. As far as disposals go, we're looking at the backfield for the Bombers, and that makes sense because Port Adelaide does have a good scoring team. But Dyson Heppel is 8 touches over what his expected value is. So if you're expecting him for I think I had him sort of between 15 and 20. 20 plus touches is definitely decent. He was 30 disposals last week, 21 and 21. So 20 plus touches for Dyson Heppel is probably good value. And then maybe even a safer bet, Andrew McGrath is still playing really well. 33, 25, and 30. Might not be as good a value there, but it's still worth having a look as well. We'll jump now to the Saturday game. It is Eagles versus Swans. And Probably not going to be worth watching. The Swans are 54.5-point favourites. The over-under is 178.5. And I have to say, this is probably going under. I think the Swans have got a great defence and West Coast just can't score. I've got players that I like for West Coast to score, but the problem is, first of all, West Coast have to score, and they have not been scoring, so I don't love it. But if you're going to bet them, if you need something, Jamie Cripps and Tyler Brockman are the two that we've been looking at $1.40 and $1.75 respectively. And then if you want something for disposals, Elliot Yeo has been actually playing pretty well. 20 touches, then 27, 29 last week, even though they've been getting absolutely smashed. He's definitely giving them reason to be on the team there. As far as the Swans go, this is where all the value is, I believe. So we're looking at Chad Warner, $1.60 to kick a goal, and we like him because he's been quite involved up front. He's had 6 goals, 9 shots at goal, and 37 score involvements. So even though he's been playing through the midfield, he has been getting involved as the Swans have, and I think that they're going to really dunk on the Eagles in this game. Same with Will Hayward at $1.30. You can get him to kick a goal. Should be good value if you can find that money there. For disposals, Isaac Heeney, still playing incredible football. He's got to be in the Coleman race, the Brownlow race at some point now. He's 7 touches over. Justin McInerney as well, 5 touches over. He's been really good. Justin McInerney has been getting 20, 21, and 22 touches, so he could be some good value there. And then the last one I was looking at, Ollie Florent, has sort of come on a little bit more. He's been really consistently 18, 21, 20, and 19. So if you want some really good value, Ollie Florent could be worth a shot there. It's a bit risky for me, but we'll see. Justin McInerney could be the good one there. Next up, we've got Freo taking on the Blues. This should actually be a really good game. Blues are 7.5-point favourites, and the over-under is 165.5. So I actually don't mind a bit of value on Freo here. They've been playing way better than I expected them to play. Michael Walters is probably the safest bet to kick a goal. He's $1.25, and then also he has had, let's have a look, Michael Walters, 4 goals, 11 shots a goal, and 18 score involvements. It's still looking at this Matthew Johnson guy as well. $2.50 to kick a goal, 0 goals, but he has had a shot at goal. So a little bit more risky, but he's been getting a couple more touches than we would expect as well. For disposals, James Aish. He is our man at the moment. He's coming through each week. His lines have been sitting around 19.5 and 20.5. He's had 26, 21, and last week 29 touches for James Aish. He's been playing really great football. He's also had a couple of cracks at goal as well, which we like to see. But not that I want to bet on that out of the defense. Caleb Serong, now that he was played a bit, not worse, he was down last week on his usual incredible work. So maybe you might find some value to come back to. But the one that I really like is Luke Jackson. Has been playing some fantastic football. 24 touches, 23 touches last week. 4 goals, 5 shots a goal, and 22 score involvements as well. So from the ruck, we don't normally want to be betting too many ruck players, but he's been looking pretty good. For the Blues, haven't seen too much that we like in the way of players to kick goals. Obviously, we know Charlie Curnow is going to kick a goal. Harry Mackay is the other one. There's no value to really be had there. So haven't got too much. You could look at George Hewitt or Blake Acres, but I think that they're a bit too risky, so I haven't got too much on that side. I'd rather go with what Freo is offering. What I will say, as far as disposals go for the Blues, though, Elijah Hollins, I think he played, his first game last week, and he was really good. He's a recruit from GWS that I think has a lot of hype for him. So 22 touches over the weekend. If you can get him for 20 plus, I reckon Elijah Hollins will be really, really, really good value there as well to pump up your ticket. We'll take a look now at the Saturday night games between the Dogs and the Cats. For the Dogs, we still really like Adam Treloar to kick a goal. I think he kicked his first goal last week. That was a good bet that came through. $2.20, 4 shots at goal, 17 score involvements. He touched the ball 35 times last week. He's playing in the mid. He's playing some fantastic football. We really like what Adam Treloar is doing at the moment. And then Latham Vandermeer as well. I believe he also kicked a goal last week, so that came through, but he's had 5 shots at goal, just the 1 goal. So we're expecting that to positively regress as well. At $1.70, that's great value. Jason Johannisen for disposals, we really like. He's still playing really well. 22 touches over the weekend as well, 25 before that, and then 26 before that. So he's been probably our safest guy. But this guy, Lachlan Bramble, I don't know too much about him, I'm going to be honest, but he's had 22 touches, 20, and I mentioned him on last week's show, and he had 27 touches over the weekend as well. He's kicked a goal. He's had 2 shots at goal as well. So Lachlan Bramble, look out for him, playing really well. Players we like for the Cats side of things. So Brian Myers and Tyson Stengle have been the ways that we've been looking. They've been both kicking goals as we expected, and they've both been having a lot of shots at goal. So Brian Myers is probably the side that I want to lean in because you can get, I think he's more likely to kick a goal than Tyson Stengle, and he's been way, way more involved. He's had 20 touches, 26 touches, and 21 touches as well. And I think he's sitting somewhere at like $2 or $1.90 to kick a goal as well. I have to update my lines there. But so quite like Brian Myers and what he's been doing. He has had, 4 goals, 6 shots at goal, and 20 score involvements as well. And then as far as players touching the ball, Brandon Parfitt, while Patrick Dangerfield has been out, Brandon Parfitt's actually been playing really, really well. So looking at him for touches, he's had 20 and 21. If you can get him for 15 plus touches, that might be worthwhile. Same with Brian Myers. Just mentioned him, 15 to 20. See what value you like more there. He would be worth it as well. So the 2 teams that are coming off bye, it's the Suns versus the Giants, and it's going to be the Giants 16.5 point favorites. I guess that's due to the Suns coming off their pretty bad loss to the Dogs the week before. Over-under is 169.5. On the Sun side of things, Levi Casbolt, you can get him for $1.50 to kick a goal. And the other one is Bailey Humphrey as well. You can get him at $1.50 to kick a goal too. Bailey Humphrey's had 4 shots at goal, but 1 goal. And Levi has had, he's had 5. No, that's Malcolm Rose as well. Levi Casbolt's not kicked a goal yet this year. He's only had 1 shot at goal, and he's like their key forward. So that's kind of a bit crazy. So we'll see if that comes back down to earth this week, although they've got a pretty tough matchup in the Giants. Before I get to the Giants, just want to mention the disposals for the Suns. So Matt Rao, he's been getting 6 more touches than expected in his lines. He's been having a really, really fantastic start to the year. 25 touches last week, 29 the week before that, and started with 33. And then the other one is Sam Flanders as well. 26, 35, and 26 touches. And his over-under has been about 26.5. But if you can get him for maybe 25 plus, that could be worth a look. For the Giants, anytime goal scorer, we're looking at Tom Green. $2.20 is more of like a long shot bet there. But I mean, he's just been getting so much of the ball. So model likes him because he's had 28 score involvements. He has had 5 shots at goal, and he's kicked 2 goals as well. So $2.20 is not bad value. The other one that's really good value is Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly, he had 28 touches last week before last. $1.90 to kick a goal. He's had 5 goals and 7 score involvements from the midfield. So the Giants have been really, really piling on. So we like that. For disposals, Lockie Whitfield, of course, he's getting 4 more touches than expected. His expected is about 28.5. Last week he had 36. He had 33 in week 0. So model really likes him. Low key, you might be able to find some value in Finn Callahan. He had 24 touches, 16 touches last week though, but there could be a little bit of value in the 15 plus touches market there as well. So playing out of the midfield, Finn Callahan, he's one of their more sort of new up-and-coming guys who's worth looking out for. The second Sunday game that we've got is Richmond and St Kilda. Saints are favourite 20.5 points, and the over-under is 165.5 for the Tigers, who played really, really well last week. We were on Tim Taranto, and he did come through with a goal, so we love to see that. He's back to $1.80 to kick another goal. It might be worth staying off him this week just to see what happens, although the matchup against the Saints should be okay. But he's had 3 goals on the year, 8 shots at goal, and 27 score involvements, which we absolutely love to see that. And then the other one who could be good value is Seth Campbell. Seth Campbell has had 3 goals, 9 shots a goal, and 16 score involvements, and he's about $1.80 to kick a goal. So he gets a lot less of the ball, but he does play up forward, so worth a look there as well. And also, if you want something really safe, Shai Bolton, $1.30 to kick a goal, old, reliable. As far as disposal go for the Tigers, there's not really too much to be looked at. We have been looking at Nick Vlaston for a little bit. It likes Ryan Mansell if he's on the field, but he's been mainly playing as a medical sub, so just be careful with that. I think my ticket got voided the other week for Orazio FaNTASIA, who was the medical sub. Has been playing really, really well. So $2 to kick a goal as well. And you could also go back to Mitch Owens as well. I think he finally came through with a goal, last week. 1 goal, 5 shots at goal. So it'd be good to see him get a bit more involved there. But Rowan Marshall, no goals, 2 shots a goal, and 18 score involvements. He's been touching the ball enough, it has to be said, but at $2 to kick a goal, he could be worthwhile. And then as far as disposals go, we're really liking the 2 young guys for the Saints. Riley Bonner, 28 touches, 17 was a down week, but then back to 32 last week, and his over-under is 19.5. So he's definitely worth looking at. And then the other one is Marcus Winhager. He is playing really well as well in defense for the Saints. 18 touches, 24, and then 18 again. So if you can get him for 15 plus touches, he might be worth having a look at as well. So one of the low-key sort of players to look at there. And then you could go to Jack Steele as well if you want. 24.5 has been his line each week. And last week he got 29. He had 26 the week before that. So a couple of ideas there. Last game before we close it out, Pies and the Hawks in the, Jack Ginnivan revenge game. Pies are favourite, 23.5 points, and 168.5 is the over-under. Okay, so you could go back to Nick Daicos if you want for $1.80 to kick a goal. He didn't come through for us last week, which was a massive bummer. I don't think he even had a shot at goal last week, but he does have the 2 goals in the season. He had 30 touches last week, so he is very reliable as far as getting the ball. It's just putting them through the sticks. We haven't seen it yet, but potentially it could be this week. The other one that we're looking at is Brody Myercheck is $1.25 as a key forward to kick a goal. He has had 6 goals, 15 shots at goal, and 21 score involvements. So not as valuable, but more reliable in that sense. And then if you want a long shot, Jeremy Howes, $2.25 out of defense. He's been having a couple of cracks at goal. And Lockie Schultz, Lipinski, model likes both of them to keep scoring goals as well. So Myercheck, Schultz, Lipinski, I'll leave it up to you which way you want to go there. For disposals, for the Pies, they haven't been too good and there hasn't been much value. So Jordan De Goey, we're going under for this week. 23.5 has been his line. He had 18 last week, 13 the week before that, 20 the week before that, and then 21 in the opening round. So he has not been playing well at all, and I think we could probably still take advantage of that. Jordan De Goey, unders. And then the other one, if you prefer, is Bo McCreary as well. He has not been getting too many touches. Not too much to be seen for him, though, but if you see him around a line of like 15.5, you could bet the under for that one. We will finish off once again, with the Hawks. And Massimo D'Ambrosio the model still likes him to kick a goal at $1.55. He does play out of defense. It doesn't really tickle my fancy at all. The one that I really like the look of is Nick Watson. He has been kicking goals and he has been turning it up even against the tougher opponents in the Cats last week. He did kick a goal, so 2 goals, 11 shots at goal, 15 score involvements. He's had 11 shots at goal and he's only kicked 2 goals. So $1.45, Nick Watson, we like that. And Luke Bruce as well, $1.33, he just has the 1 goal. So if you see him playing around, he could be worth it there. And then the last 2 for disposals is Warple. James Warple, we like 28 touches last week. 36 touches last week, 28 in week 1 and 27 in round 2. So his line has been sitting around 25.5, and he's gone over that every single time. He played a really, really great game against the Cats last week. So James Warple, we like his overs as well. And if you can get a sneaky 15 plus touches, Josh Weddle, he was not too good last week, but he might have a bounce back game this week against the Pies. would be worth checking out as well. That's going to do it. If you are still watching on YouTube, apologies for all the technical difficulties. Not sure what was happening with that today, but we'll be back better than ever next week. Still watching, like and subscribe to this on YouTube, and you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. Enjoy Gather Round. Should be a really, really awesome weekend in Adelaide. We'll be back with the NFL Draft. For the next episode, Sully will be here if you want to see his beautiful face again. Till then, enjoy the footy. Bye.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.